Hey dumbasses, welcome back to Kirby 64. Today is December 11th. Why is my voice an octave lower? If you're watching my videos chronologically, you'll know that earlier today I recorded the first episode of a game called Weird and Unfortunate Things Are Happening. So please go check that out. You'll really enjoy it. It's going to be a really fantastic game. And I say that because people actually seem to be watching my Kirby 64 playthrough. Like, I was surprised by how many views the first episode got. Generally, first episodes do better than the rest of the playthrough, except in really odd circumstances, like Off, for example, or Time Spinner. I think Time Spinner, like, part 19 randomly did better than the rest of the playthrough. I have no idea. The YouTube algorithm has just never been on my side. So, yeah, this is a great boss fight. It's called Acro. I think you also have to fight him in Kirby's Dream Land 3, him or her. Acro is an orca. Acro is an acronym of orca. Acro is also the beginning of the word acronym. I don't know. I have 0 lives. This boss fight isn't really that hard. I was just kind of being a baby, and yeah. Wow, it's done! No, just kidding. That's really only the first phase. The second phase is vertical. So if anyone's... hold on, let me look this up. If anyone's watching my videos chronologically, you'll know that I took a break and then was recording these stupid, like, chimps, like Bloons Tower Defense 6 playthroughs. I'm gonna stop doing that. Oh yeah, it's been an entire month since the last episode of Kirby 64. Because, during that time period, I was focused on... Seriously? I was focused on finishing Ocarina of Time. And then I was, like, gearing up to record the final boss of Anodyne, but, like, wasn't ready for a while. And then once I did that, I started recording a bunch of other games. Why does it have to be so loud outside? It's like, there was a siren this morning. If it's not one thing, it's another. If it's not a siren, it's the wind. If it's not the wind, it's a garbage truck. If it's not a garbage truck, it's the neighbors. Also, yeah, oh my god. So it's 4 p.m. and I have morning croak. Which is not morning wood, but morning croak is what I call when my voice is, like, really, like, I sound like I just woke up. I woke up an hour ago. Like, I had to take a pretty dank nap this afternoon because I was just that tired. I talked about it a little bit in my Weird and Unfortunate Things video, but my sleep schedule's been pretty messed up. Also, the weather has been really depressing. It's like the third day in a row of, like, rain and heavy fog, which probably people in different parts of the country or different parts of the world are used to. But I, like, here in New York, like, it's a little worse than what what I'm used to. Like, I love a good partly cloudy day, with, like, a light breeze. That's my ideal kind of day. But probably folks in the Midwest, and that's where my dad's from. He's from the Midwest. He's from the part of Ohio that's almost Indiana. And out there it gets really just, like, cloudy and sometimes foggy. But I'm talking foggy. I'm talking, like, thick fog. Not sure if we've had thunderstorms yet, but, like, I think part of the reason I had to take such a long nap is just because of the weather outside. The weather outside kind of demanded it because the wind was like... It was like spooky. It was spooky howling wind noises all day, and it made me want to take like a freaking nap. I don't know. Anyway, this is... we finished World 3 Aqua Star. This is the beginning of World 4 Neo Star. World 4 is not my favorite. For some reason, jungle levels in video games just ain't it for me. I'm not sure why. They're just, they're never the most interesting. Also, there's the game over screen. It's kind of cute. Those big plants in the background look like strawberries. I've been noticing that there's some texture glitches with this game. Oh, by the way, Rock and Cutter is an interesting ability. It's a little bit weird, but it's one of the more interesting abilities because it's sort of 6 abilities in one. It's kind of crap, but that's kind of how it goes in this game. It's 6 abilities in one in that it turns you into... There's a texture glitch, by the way. Notice the... and I think it's an emulator thing. The emulator kind of gets lazy with certain textures and then just kind of stretches them out to fit over the polygons. I don't know. I'm not actually sure how it works because I have not studied emulators or emulation. I just know that my emulator does weird things with certain games and not with others. So yeah, oh, there's another texture glitch. It just gets lazy and it stretches out like the last few pixels into like a green blur. Oh yeah, Rock and Cutter will transform you into a stone statue of one of your 6 helpers from Kirby's Dream Land 3. Which makes sense if you played Dreamland 3. Just like, I understand why somebody would be lost. Kirby's Dream Land 3, I'm not sure is as popular as Superstar or 64. 64, I used to like 64 a lot more. In my opinion, it's just not an excellent game. But it's okay. That's kind of how I feel about a lot of Kirby games. Besides maybe like Kirby's Adventure, the original, and Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. I think those are like some of the best games in the series. Lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, when I was playing through this part of the level, I was like, oh, this level wants so hard to be a DKC, like, vine-swinging level, and it just ain't. Speaking of DKC, there's a game that I really want to Let's Play called Kays and the Wild Masks, that I've gotten pretty far. I've gotten up to World 4. It's like... It's on par. It's an indie game, but it's the best DKC-like indie game I've ever played. And that includes Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Lair, which is a good game, but I personally think this game is even better. Granted, Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Lair is more like DKC Returns, but Kays and the Wild Masks is a lot more like the original DKC games, and it's got pretty much the difficulty level of like DKC 2 or 3, which for that reason it's been kicking my ass, but it's a fantastic game. I really like it's a DKC clone pretty much, but original. Which there's some like there's some games which are DKC clones and they're very shameless about it and they're not original at all. Like there's this one game called Marsupilami Tube Adventure, which is like based off of some obscure like European comic book property. And it's a very shameless ripoff of DKCR, just like a lot shorter. It was kind of baffling. It felt like, why the hell did they make this game? Also, why... Oh, you're so bad at the video game. I hope I get another one of those comments. Like, I feel like it's good for my character every time I get those comments. Like, I've been got one of those comments on like one of my Ocarina of Time videos, on one of my Fluidity videos, and I know I still haven't let that go because Fluidity was like 3 years ago now. But I got a couple comments on my Bloons videos like, "Oh, this is such an easy run, why even bother uploading it?" I mean, why even bother watching or commenting? Like, it was something I wanted to record just for fun. You know, I'm not a professional Bloons TD6 player. I like the game. I, you know, spend about 250 hours in it, but I'm by no means like a professional. And I kept joking like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna get really good." Oh yeah, but there's a shard like hiding in the leaves. Kind of your typical like, "Oh, there's leaves at the top. They're gonna hide a thing in there." Texture glitch. I've been playing DK64. That's a cursed game, but I love it. It's very glitchy on this emulator, though. Like, I'll be trying to do, like, the simplest thing. I'll be trying to climb up a ladder, and then I'll somehow, like, VoIP into the void. Like, the game will zap me into the void, and suddenly I'm outside the borders of the level. It's really hard to explain, but it's like I'm doing speedrunner type like tricks without even trying. Like, oh, I see this crazy speedrunner like glitch outside the borders of the level. Like, now he's just in the empty void. It's like, yeah, that kind of thing happens on DK64 without me even trying because it's that cursed of a game. It's also just... Oh, here's where yeah, I was like, oh, there's a thing there. I enjoy this level. I enjoy the aesthetic. I enjoy cave levels. For jungle levels, for whatever reason, I'm not as big a fan of. But, like, cave levels, I dig for some reason. Oh, that wasn't even an intentional pun. Like, that pun was totally unintentional. And already I like, cringed at my own unintentional pun. Which sometimes happens when you're a dude. I'm just kidding. It's not gender specific. It's gender neutral. It's a gender neutral construct. And my throat is all like icky. I need to like drink water or something. My tap water isn't great, but it's okay. I mean, New York does supposedly have the cleanest tap water. I just, like, still am not sure I trust this building's tap water, but I've been drinking it for long enough. The thing is, like, I'm not gonna go out and buy water. Like, water should just be a free resource. Oh yeah, did you hear that their frickin' AI is using more water than the country of Denmark? Like, I got that from a Savarino video. He was like, Denmark is a country of 5 million people. Like, do you is it 5 million? I think so. Yeah. Oh, I didn't save often enough. That's the thing. If you want to use a save state, you gotta use it in the right place. Anyway, I don't want to talk about AI because it's stupid. So many of the rich bureaucrats think that, like, oh, AI is the future. AI is not the future. I mean, like, people don't like it. It's like, AI is like Uncanny Valley. And even ChatGPT is still like, I don't care if I was in school or whatever. Like, even Google Gemini, the automatic, like, Google search abbreviation, is shitty. So I don't trust AI to take over the world, and meanwhile these, you know, billionaires are saying, like, oh, you know, oh, AI is the future. Hell, I had to listen to a Johns Hopkins University professor tell us all that, like, you know, AI is better than us. This was like when I was in school for music. He was like, oh yeah, AI is better than you. So whatever. It's like, shut up, dude. And this was a year ago. It's so sucky. Sucky is... I sound like a 4th grader. It's so sucky. Oh, kids these days have the worst slang. Like, I was at CVS yesterday, and I heard these teenagers talking, and it made me cringe so hard. They were like, oh man, yeah, he took it dumb deep. And the other kid was like, yeah, but it's like, that kind of stuff's not funny. But like, he took it dumb deep? Really? That's the level of slang that we're at? Like, I don't know how much of it is like brain rot and Kai Cenat and whatever, but like, I hate it. I was talking in my other video, I don't think I could ever be a teacher because I hate kids. And one of the reasons is, like, they are just, well, kind of self-centered, and, oh, they have the worst slang. They can't filter out, like, what's a good influence and what isn't. Like, which is probably the reason that, like, Mr. Beast and Kai Cenat and all this crappy YouTubers are so popular. I don't know. Oh, this is so BS. Like, the way I died to, like, a corner here... I died to a corner. It should not be that annoying. It's the harsh reality of Kirby games. They look so innocent, and yet, like, 90% of the game is dying for dumb reasons. Because sometimes the level design is just unfair on purpose. And that's the end of this oh, I missed it! What? Okay, that's the end of this video. Goodbye, and see you in the next one. Peace. Bye.